Good afternoon. Welcome to the JB Show. My name is James Fauntleroy. I am your host for today. Well, every day on the JB. You would have thought I smoked something by that introduction. I have with me my RBN co-host, my homie, my brother, Rome. It is so good to see you on your first time on my channel.
Feel good over here, man. Feel a little bit different over here. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. You get that little bit of that nice warm feeling that's what we kind of have over here, man.
Oh yeah, feel like home, man.
Yeah, that's what's up. All right, so just to let you guys know that the Jaybefaunt Show is available on all major podcast forms like Anchor, Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts. You can subscribe there. I am part of the Revolutionary Blackout Network. You can find me on the JB Show on Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on RBN. And please make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you're new to the channel. Please make sure to smash that like button. I promise you cookies, but I don't know. Maybe if I can give you cookies, I don't know. Maybe it might be weed cookies. You never know. But it's the thought that counts, right?
Not like my cookie.
Yeah. I just want to give a shout out to my patrons that are on coffee right now. Thank you for your additional support, and please know that I'm very humbled for your support, and I appreciate it. Thanks to David Michael, Kushranada, Socialist Cayman, Rebecca, Cedar Change, Robin During, Michelle D. Village, Spunky Wombat, Robin, and Eric Thomas. Thank you all so much. So, Rome.
What's going on, man?
There's a lot going on.
Like always.
There's a lot going on with us. There's a lot going on with you. Just want to say hey to everybody in the chat really quick before I begin, because I gotta make sure. Good to see Didi. And yes, Didi said it should be illegal to be as good looking as Rome. I agree.
Come on now. Stop
Rome committing crimes.
I'm not that good looking.
You committing crimes right now, brother. And yes, I am a fluffy mermaid. What's up? What's up with whatever, man? Good to see you. Who else is in the chat? Oh, Leroy, what's up? Good to see you. Tony, what's up? Where? Good to see you. Lo and behold, nice. Thank you so much. Who else is up in here? All right. Oh, E. Heller, good to see you as well. All right. Nice to have you. All right. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about, and my shows aren't that long. My show's about an hour. So, it's not going to be, as much of a long form as it usually is. But one of the things I wanted to touch on was that you're currently working on building a thrift store to help people.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
Like whether I get the ideal or
Yeah.
Well, I always shopped at thrift stores when I was younger. We was growing up real poor, like no shoes poor. So, the thrift store was like our go-to. We were somewhat able to afford it with, my mother and my stepdad both working and whatnot. But as we got older, those things has changed. What I'm saying? The prices of the clothes went up while our wages stay the same. They don't pay these workers what they deserve. And it was really like when I go on a tour for the poor, I have to go to thrift stores throughout y'all cities and whatnot, Goodwills and shit like that. Mm-hmm. And I see how they really jack these prices up depending on what neighborhood it is. It can be the same company, Goodwill, Salvation Army, Value World, et cetera. They jack the prices up depending on what neighborhood they are in. They don't pay as much as the other people. Like the Goodwill here, they pay, I believe, $12 an hour. The Goodwill in California pay $15 an hour, and the Goodwill in Florida pay about like $8 an hour. Mm-hmm. But this is all the same company. They are billionaires, and that really pissed me off. seeing all these people make all this profit, and then what really ticked me off to actually just get this thing moving, even though I have got denied every spot that I wanted, as far as building what I wanted, because I wanted the thrift store to have an indoor shower, a bathroom, somewhere people can change, and get clean, go back out and look fresh. But once they heard those ideas, they was like, no, we don't want poor people in these buildings, basically. So I said, fuck it, I'm gonna have to build it on my own. But I'm gonna rewind back. I was just doing a coat run up here in Detroit a couple weeks ago, and I got into it with the manager because they tried to charge me $45 for a used Colombian jacket. It was a windbreaker, not like it was thinner than this. Wouldn't even keep you warm. They tried to charge me $45 for that. And as I look down, it's a homeless couple. I don't know if they was homeless, but they wasn't. They're complaining about the prices too, but she's heartbroken about the prices. She's not mad. I'm mad. I can afford it, to buy it, even if I'll sit here and complain and make the price go down. I can afford to buy the $45 jacket. They can afford the coats that they wanted at all. If they was 40, it was one of them was $35, one of them was like $40 or something like that. And they came there with 20 something dollars, thinking that they was gonna walk out with two coats, like how we used to do back in the early 2000s, 90s. But that's not happening. So
yeah,
I paid for the jackets, and I was like, yeah, this isn't going to change. No protesting is going to change this. We're really going to have to make these stores ourselves, have somewhere for people to donate. We can have a better system, a better way to get these clothes to the poor.
Yeah.
And no matter how you sell the clothes, like all the clothes I'm going to be selling is going to be $1, $5, nothing over $10. That's still a 500% profit off of donated clothes. But what they're making is $5,000 1,000% profit or 10,000% profit off of donated clothes. Or even if they do say Value World said that they buy their clothes, which is a lie. But even if they did buy it from people, they're still buying it for $5 to $10 and still selling it for $45. And I know you're going to be like, well, they have to pay for the building. No, they don't. They own that building. They have to pay for this. They have to pay for that. We are talking about billionaire companies here. And if I found a way to build my thrift store and use this money to pay all of my workers $25 an hour, because that's what everybody's going to be making, $25 an hour at that thrift store. And it's gonna bang so hard that I'm gonna shake shit up on the east side of Detroit so much that these other jobs are gonna have to compete with me, because I'm gonna be stealing their employees. I'm gonna be stealing their, their best workers, because who the hell don't want to help some people for $25 an hour? Even if, I'm trying to make. I know how these capitalists do. We're talking $25 an hour. You only work 5 hours. No, work all day if you want. Because all this money goes to y'all. It goes to the people. And the thing is, the only way to keep something like that going, keeping the lights on and stuff like that, my store is going to be solar panel. And I'm going to have porter waters and porta potties and shit like that. So I ain't even got to worry about the man. It's a tiny home, so I don't have to worry about taxes. But we're talking about $25 an hour. We're going to let you work all day. We're going to make sure that you get a fat paycheck when you go home. We're going to make sure that we keep this money inside of Detroit instead of people going to 16 mile, 20 mile, all across just to get a pair of pants. Like, you're going to waste more gas money than it is, than it should be for the pair of pants. But I really feel like we're going to get this going. I had to take a break from fundraising because it was the holidays, people with their family and shit like that. And I don't want to seem greedy. So, but we're going to pick this back up next week or so. And I think by the summertime, I can actually get the building and getting everything prepared for it. But yeah, we're gonna go to war with Goodwill, Salvation Army, all these people who've been here for decades, claiming that they do stuff for this and that, and they give to charity, which we know how that works. They get their money right back. It's just a fucked up game, and it's just some fucked up people in the game of helping people. Because it is a lot of money with this, and actually got reports. Somebody showed me a report of Goodwill breaking toys, breaking furniture, and stuff that they couldn't sell. They are overcrowded with their stuff, with their donations, and they break it instead of just giving it away. And that's
Wow.
one of the main things. Like, I know my store isn't going to be so big, so if somebody was to donate a couch, I'll just donate the couch to somewhere that it can fit. I'm not going to break it knowing that a family needs it. If I get clothes, I'm going to you know what I'm saying, I'm going to give it to the kids who need it. I'm not going to burn them. I'm not going to throw them to the waste. But that's the thing. They can't make a profit off of it. They don't want it. But as many people out here that'll do sorry, can you get that for me? It's a lot of people that'll do whatever for something. Like when I was homeless, I made a TikTok about this. Some dude was wasting a whole bunch of food. He was talking about the food is expired. It's expired. I'm like, I don't give a damn. Like, we eat out of trash cans. Like, I don't care if the food was expired. I don't care if the shirt had a rip in it, had a tear in it.
Yeah,
it still can be used. And fuck a profit. Fuck a profit. It's all about people. You got to take care of your neighborhood. And once we get things like this going, it's going to have a domino effect of people opening up small businesses, learning how to not pay taxes to Uncle Sam and keeping money into the Black communities and shit like that. They're going to learn from each other. We're going to learn from each other and grow with each other. And maybe, once we get these good jobs, better paying jobs, give people opportunities, we'll see crime go down on the east side of Detroit. We'll see, people not robbing each other for once, with the little shit that they do got. That's about it. But we're gonna get this shit cracking. Thank you for the $5.
Yeah. Man, that was a lot that you just laid on me. And you're right. As somebody that grew up going to thrift stores, I mean, my mama was the queen of thrift stores all day. Next thing you know, I come home, and I used to be very religious, so I'd be at church, 3-4 times a week. Bruh, brand new suits, brand new shirt. Well, not brand new, but thrift store shirts, but really nice quality. My mom, she can find a diamond in a pool of mud. Like, she will find the best thing out of them. That's love her. but the whole deal is that money, they're making so much profit because, according to the business perspective, you have to pay for either the raw materials or you have to pay for the product from your supplier to come in. Thrift stores do not pay for raw materials. They do not pay for product to come in.
It's all donated.
There's not a supplier. Everything is absolutely free. So that money that would go to somebody who supplies the raw materials, or the money that would go to a supplier, does not go to them at all. It stays within that store. And who ranks up the profits? The people at the top. And so,
damn sure ain't the workers. I'll tell you that. They're not even unionized. Like, for a thrift store to be about the people and stuff like that, like, they need to really unionize all these thrift stores. They really need to get a check on these prices that they are selling these clothes at, because it shouldn't make it makes no sense why a homeless couple can't afford a handful of coats. This is a thrift store. This is what this is made for, and then, like, I look at thrift stores just like I look at progressives or whatever the fuck you guys want to call them. They might be the best out right here, but they aren't the best that we can get. You know what I'm saying? There's better people out here. There's better ways of doing this, of giving out clothes and making sure people, even if you can't afford it, I'll probably just fucking give it to you. As long as we made enough profit during the day to feed the employees, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I mean, think about it this way. That what you just described is like, it's like a thirsty person needing a full glass of water and just saying, "Oh, we gave you a drop. That's good enough." It's like, yeah, that's better than none, but you gave me just a drop when I need a full glass.
Yeah.
You
Now
know?
you got control of the fucking jug and the glass.
Exactly. E. Heller asked, "Did Rome choose a name for his thrift shop yet?" Now, before you answer, I do think the Drip Shop is a good name.
I think that name is Tooken. I think that name is Tooken. I'm not sure. But it
Really?
sounds like some shit that's in the South. But
Damn.
I was gonna go with Black Commie Black Commie Therapy, Tyler. I was gonna go with he said by any genes necessary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's a little long, but I'm gonna throw out, you know what I'm saying, some more names or have some people do another vote on a name
Yeah.
when it's actually getting billed.
Yeah,
These the
because
genes.
yeah.
And we're
But
not out in communism, not one bit. Like that place is gonna be full of communist propaganda from leaders from North Korea to Malcolm X. We're gonna have Fred Hampton in there. We're gonna have our flags on display. We're gonna really show the black community, you know, the communism is back. They try to drive us out.
I'm not reading that. Not for my podcast. Not for the podcast platform. Look, if you guys are listening to this on podcast and you guys want to know what I'm laughing at, you guys are gonna have to go to my YouTube channel because I'm not reading that. I don't know how Anchor does it, but I'm not gonna get the platform from them. Not at least not yet. I like what Robin Ryan says. Localize the economy in the pantry might add a bit of depth to the offering of usable clothes and household goods through mutual aid to show the machine that it can't be done without them.
Mm-hmm. It can be.
That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to say, look, we can do this with or without you.
Yeah.
We're going to do it without you, regardless.
Because they showed their hands. They had plenty of generations to get this together. They really are billionaire companies having these people out here, with bells and whistles, standing out there for charity for a billionaire company, and then say, "Oh, well, it's going here and there." Like, come on now. We know probably a little bit of that money is going to these people. It's going where it should be. But we know how a business works, especially when it's something like this. Like y'all trying to spray cologne over this piece of bullshit. Shove it in my face and call it a flower, nigga. That's bullshit, bro. Like,
yeah, that's true. And I mean, this is one of the things. By the way, everybody, I also put it in the description the links to donate to Rome so that he can get this thrift store started. It's already in the description. But if you guys go to Rome's Twitter as well, it's in there as well. Go to there because this is a very important thing. Because number one, you're making it so that you're still doing tour for the poor.
Yeah.
But for the people who have a couple bucks that they want to purchase things, but they don't have a lot, this helps them. Okay. And then secondly, you're also providing a living wage job to people. What? See, you always get that mischievous smile when somebody says something.
But yeah, I'm trying to. I'm going to do this all over the country. I'm going to do this all over the country. If the first one is a success, then I'm going to move to the next city, in the next state, probably more likely some smaller towns, smaller black towns that I can really get a grip on. I'm gonna go out there for the tour for the poor, get a feel on it and whatnot. And maybe we can get another fundraiser going for another, or maybe we have some grants by then. If this one is a success, I'm definitely gonna move out to different sections different cities throughout this country, because we're gonna need a better way, a faster way of getting people the help that they deserve. And this will get a lot of communists some jobs where you can be an open communist, like your fucking boss is communist. You won't be shamed or fired from talking about unionizing against me. You want to be, you know, want to be fired for talking about your political beliefs. I don't want them liberals working here. You better call them niggas out.
I just want to give a shout out to Robert Durden. He's in the chat as well.
That's good, right?
Good to see you, man. Good to see solidarity with you and everybody at INN. So yeah, I wanted to get to my next question. And you can incorporate Tour for the Poor in this as well. And I asked this to Sabby last week as well. Can you give us a glimpse of your journey into the left, and what was one of the biggest lessons that you learned that pushed you towards the left?
My glimpse. I mean, that shit's just life, man. Like once you actually living your life and you just find it, like being a leftist is basically finding a way to put a definition on what you do, or a communist, or being, you know what I'm saying? But this is how we've been from borrowing sugar from our neighbors to shacking up or sharing lights. You know what I'm saying? I get my lights cut off, our neighbors let us get us in the score, whatever. Little ways that we help each other, that's how we grew up. And even if we took turns and I speak openly about me being an ex-gangbanger. Well, there's no such thing as an ex-gangbanger because you in that shit. But even with the Seven Foes, I learned how to take care of my community. I learned how to, learn how to keep people from shooting up your block or burning down this or wherever the hell it is. We kept it clean. We made sure that the older people were taken care of, whatever it was. And all this just went back to my politics, I should say. And that was like my journey into the left, I should say. And the biggest lesson I've learned is don't trust white liberals. And I'm gonna say this about a lot of communists too. If you see these white communists and they dabble into electoral politics, or they try to say that, like, this is what happens, we have great ideas that we give these people, and to slogans, to logos and whatever. They take it, they run with it, and they use it against you by saying, well, we don't need to defund the police. We don't need to do this. We don't need to do that. No, they don't live in your neighborhood. They don't actually know what goes down here. You know what I'm saying? They just seeing a glimpse from what MSNBC shows them from time to time. But they don't really know what's going on here. But one thing I learned was, don't trust anybody that's on the fence on anything, especially during these times where people in America is starving to death. The bullies are starving to death. Don't trust anybody on the fence. Don't trust anybody who say, this is the best we can do right now.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to actual leaders. Because if this is the best that we can do, then we're fucked.
Yeah. So
my job with Tour for the Poor, one of my jobs with Tour for the Poor is to go out here and actually find leaders, find soldiers, and find teachers and people that's going to be out here or want to get out here and really make a change, because they are not on the fence on anything. They know they need healthcare. They know they need better education. They know they need opportunities for their areas. So one lesson I have learned, don't get around anybody that's on the fence or left leaning, because all that shows is, if time comes, if the revolution happened today, they wouldn't know where they would be standing. They would be standing there frozen. They wouldn't know what to do. Those type of people can hurt you because they can be pulled from any side. They might even join the military just because they feel so left out. But Yeah, and don't trust people that's in the military. Don't trust people that's actively in the military.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I got you. Some life lessons to be learned, man. Definitely. I appreciate that. Um, and what you said about going out there and finding people that are teachers, that are soldiers, that are leaders, you know, you're going to people who basically have a lot of the same experiences that you have.
yeah,
I mean, life already radicalizes us.
yep.
You just got to find the people who've been radicalized. And there's actually, it's almost like all you got to go is really just go into the hood. And when
Yep.
I say hood, I'm not just talking about black hoods. You just go into the hood, throw a stone, boom, you'll hit somebody.
Oh yeah, every time, every time. That's why I target the poor communities, the black communities. I target these people just like they target us, and
Mm-hmm.
it's either our propaganda is going to reach them or theirs are. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't want that.
Yeah.
And, if I can get there with shiny things in my hand, but help,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't ask for nothing else, then I can plant a seed. I can plant a seed and keep going. Plant a seed and keep going. And next thing you know, this neighborhood, somebody in this neighborhood, one or two of these motherfuckers, before I leave, is going to be talking about communism or socialism or coming together to overthrow, uh, or speaking like a communist, even if they don't know it. Like when I go into red territories and whatnot, and I'm still an open communist, but we have conversations to where we agree on so much. There's nothing to argue about.
Right?
So they just looking like, damn. Well, I heard communists like this, and I was like, who told you that? I was like, you learn from communist enemies, right? If I was to get killed and my kids would get kidnapped and was raised by my enemies, them niggas would hate me too. My
Mm-hmm.
kids would hate me too because that's all they know. It's the people who, what I'm saying? It's what the people who hate me taught them. And that's all we know. We don't like, how much do you know about foreign policy for real? How much, where do coffee actually come from?
I mean,
Where do our aluminum actually come? Where our gold, like what countries inside? Don't just say Africa. There's many countries in Africa.
yeah.
You know so much about foreign policy? Tell me. When was the last bomb that we dropped? What country was the last bomb that we dropped on last week? Oh, you didn't hear about that, right? I thought you was into foreign policy. Oh, you only in it because is racism. Oh, I'm not racist. I'm just saying what they shouldn't come over. Why not? Why not?
We
Why
took their
are we
shit.
over there?
We took their shit.
We
They
took
might
their
as well
shit,
come over.
right? Regime changes like this. Not even a original president. I don't even know if he is the same ethnicity as these people. We went through regime change. Why they can't come over here? We got the oil. We got the, what I'm saying? Like, where else would they go?
Yeah. They stole our ancestors. So the rest of them might as well come over too.
Might as well. But they're like, oh no, that's too much. We just want enough for you niggas to be able to work, not overthrow us. But the thing is,
Yeah.
the black community, if we were all together like we want to be, like most of us want us to be, even though we still do dumb shit from time to time,
Yeah.
we could take over. We really could. Like I keep
Okay.
reminding people, only 1%, a couple of people control America. A couple of people inside of these corporations control America.
Mm-hmm.
4% of this population can take over if they wanted to. If we really wanted to. And you know what? It's not even going to take that many people to have a successful revolution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It kind of makes me think about that poll that I did the other day. 2 days ago. Was it 2 days ago? Yeah, it was about 2 days ago. And I asked a question. A lot of people who follow me on Twitter probably have seen this. But I asked a question. I said, please answer if you're not black. Would you trade places with a black person in the United States? This is live.
I feel you though. I can't hate on that. I can't hate on that. You know what? I wouldn't trade with another black nigga either. Straight up, like, and I'm pretty sure it was other minorities in this poll that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You said, you ain't say, you know what I'm saying? You should have just said if you're white. You know what I'm saying? If you wanted to get that. But as far as other minorities, Asian, Mexican, and like they go through their own things, you know what I'm saying? But we all know. We all know, like, come on, man. We all know some of the motherfuckers get that light skin treatment. You know what I mean? Like even the kids at the border, when it was the light skinned kids at the border, they was like, "Oh my God, it's just look at those children." And then when Hades came, it was like, "Oh, what them niggas?"
Yeah. It was the white passing brown kids. They're like, we feel bad for them. But as soon as they started coming like looking like us, like no.
But look, we all go through our own shits. So if I was another minority, hell no. Especially if I was white, hell no. What the fuck, is you crazy? Like some white man, and women probably would. You never know. Depending on what culture you was raised around, who are your heroes, your leaders. You know, some people actually do want to switch races. That's a real fucking thing, you know, or identify as a black man.
Yeah. I used to didn't want to be black back in the day. No. Look, for everybody who said no, I honestly don't blame you. Because who wants to be ostracized? Who wants to be, persecuted against? Who wants to be hated just because of the way they look?
And then you look at the facts. Look at the births, the deaths that black women go through when they giving birth. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers of black people that's in prison in America, just in the US. You know, the thing is, this is a trick question because would you trade places with a black person in the US? Like, that sounds like you don't have a choice. So you might be one of those numbers. You know what I'm talking about? One of those. I won't blame these niggas, bro. Like, I don't blame you, but I love being black. I'm proud of being black. But it's not for everybody.
Yeah. And I'm gonna explain why I preface this question, the reason why I did it the way I did it. And I could have put a third option of I'm black.
So we can see it.
And so just show me the results. And somebody critiqued me for that. They were like, "Oh, well, this person, whoever made this poll, they didn't put a third option for us, so they're being exclusionary." I was exclusionary on purpose. I'm gonna tell you why. Because there's a lot of people who are non-black that probably would have chose the third option just so that they can see results without actually having to vote. We don't get a choice of whether we're born black or not. So I'm not giving you a choice to cop out. You're not going to get the cop out of this one.
If you want to vote,
if you honestly want to answer this, then you're going to answer either yes or no. I'm not giving you a third option just to see the results. No. And anybody who is black that wanted to see results, okay, I posted it in there for you. And there's not much of change. Maybe a 3% change, 2-3% change between the yes and no. Margin of error, basically. So let's be real. And the results are very telling. Because this means that everybody, basically over 80% of everybody knows basically the shit that black people go through. Now, this is my supplication to all of you. Help this number change. Help this ratio change by just how whether it's, societally, as far as socially, or whether it's systemically. If you're at a position where you can affect even systemic change, even just by a minute fashion, then do that. But or or if you notice somebody is, being prejudiced towards Black people or anybody for that matter, speak up. What are you doing to help this number change? And that's really the point about the poll. It wasn't, just as like a throwaway flippant thing that I was just like, oh, let's just do a poll. Let me just see. This is really a message for everybody to look at. Over 2,500 people voted so far. By the way, there's about 2 whole days left for this poll to take. So if you took it, go ahead and take it. And be very deeply honest with yourself when you take it. And you're not racist if you put no, because we understand why you would put no. But the question is, what are you doing personally? It doesn't have to be anything drastic. It could just be how you treat somebody else, how you speak to somebody else. And you make that one little change.
People so used to that trickle-down economics and this electoral politics, they want everything to be like bam, like, you know what I'm saying? They think everything is going to be like, oh, well, you can't run against AOC because you don't have a name, or you can't do this and that because you're a nobody. You can't, you know what I'm saying? They even told some of us that we can't be activists because we're not professionals.
Yeah. Yeah. And I want to give credit to David Troppins. He said, I voted no due to so many other strikes presented on someone who is Black from day one. Does that mean I'm comfortable with white privilege? Fair question. I still remember the Chris Rock line from 20 plus years ago saying that white people wouldn't trade places with him. And I guess he meant to say he's rich. But yeah. And so there's a lot, and I wanted to bring that up because, and I wanted to get your thoughts on it because there's a lot of people that they see what is going on with this, that's wrong with the world. And they feel like, well, what can I do? You see what's wrong with the world and look what you're doing. I mean, you see people who need clothes. You see people who need food. You may not, and just it goes to show what I always say. I always say, leave the world better than you found it. Mm-hmm. But you don't have to change the entire world. You just need to change somebody's world.
Yeah.
Even if it's just by a little bit, even if it's just for a half second of a smile, of a kind word, of a slice of pizza, you did something to improve somebody's world.
That's why I keep reminding people, like, look, y'all, we have been standing here and neck up in gasoline. We're standing up here, necked up in gasoline, and all they doing is pouring it on us. All we need is a spark, a small spark. All we need is one little spark, and we can burn this bitch down if we wanted to. They haven't been doing nothing but those little steps that you're taking to feed somebody, to house somebody, you know what I'm saying, to bring them farther to the left, whatever it is, whatever step you're taking is a step forward to liberation, always. So take those steps, whether they be big or small, whether you have connections or not. Because I was doing this shit with my Patreon. I was doing this shit with my Patreon money until I was getting people to donate to me. And before I had the Patreon money, I used to do it at the end during holiday seasons when I get my check from my Wendy's job or whatever the fucking job I had back in the days. But it don't take much to give, and it don't take much to change somebody's way of thinking. Like, somebody might have went out, you never know. Like when I went into projects in Ohio, I was in Toledo, Ohio. I had did a diaper run, and I made sure everybody got a box of diapers. Like, no, I'm not talking about the small. Everybody got the Sam's Club box of diapers.
I saw that. Yeah.
But you never know. You never know. That might have been somebody might have had needed them diapers very bad, and they might have to go out and do something to go get them. You know what I mean? You can save people's lives. You can stop a lot of hurt. Stop crime. You can bring the community together. And when they ask me, who the fuck are you? You running for something? What you want from us? I said, I don't want nothing, nigga. I don't want nothing. I just want y'all to look up this nigga and that nigga. Talk and look more into communism. I don't want to vote. You know, I'm not here for nothing. I'm here for y'all.
I'm gonna say something that's gonna blow some people's minds. You've actually did more in preventing crime than a police officer.
Man. Because that's what's gonna stop it. That's what's gonna stop that crime.
Yeah. Because combating poverty stops crime. And if you're the one who's helping people to not be impoverished, then you're helping to eliminate crime.
Yeah.
Somebody who is a former gangbanger that's literally helping people to stop crime.
But you know, that's what the Seven Folds was about. We was really about protecting our neighborhood. I wouldn't say we wasn't like, you know, the Bloods. Like, nah. We was more of a community, I should say. But we still got our same. It's still the same shit over here. I still use the same tactics over here. You know, if these people want to scare us, I'm like, no, you can't move me. You know what I'm saying? You want to do whatever, we can take it wherever you want. But I know I'm going to represent what I represent all day in your face. Everywhere I go, you're going to know what the fuck I'm about.
Mm-hmm. It's by the way, just want to say shout out to Uncle Warren. He's in the chat as well. Just good to see you as well. Damn, man, this conversation is good. All right, so I gotta get to my next question because this one may be a conversation too. Damn, oh shit. Okay. What is one of the biggest learning curves you had to learn when starting Tour for the Poor?
Niggas is broke. And yeah, real shit. Niggas is broke. People are really struggling out here, but it's some people who struggling, but they still want change. Like I done had people send me $1, 50 cents. You know, like they really want to see some change. And even if they have to give their last little change, you know, they're willing to do something for it. Whether they can't get out here with me or stuff like that. And one thing I learned is rich people is going to donate to you. A lot of these people behind these Twitter handles and shit like that, y'all don't actually, you know, saying know them, but once they bank account get to talking to you, you're gonna be like, yeah, you can, like, yeah, this nigga, you know. So it's gonna be rich people. It's gonna be class traders. It's never gonna not be, you know. So I wouldn't say don't just push away every rich person that come your way, because a lot of them are come in good faith. There is some real life class traders out here, but you have to be an actual leader for them to see that, for them to want to put money behind you, or, you know, write off some taxes on you, or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
You know, or just give you advice on how to do that. But if y'all want to get out here and, you know, give and start some shit like Tour for the Poor and whatnot, you're gonna see, you know, a lot of poor people. It's gonna be more poor people, but it's gonna be a handful of rich people out here that's really gonna make you be like, oh shit, like from weapon contractors to, yeah. Just watch how they give you the money, I should say. Don't take the money with a contract. You know, as long as they writing it off on you, it's better here than there. You know, it's better I'll get it than the Salvation Army. You know, so it is what it is, and we're going to use their money against them. And even if we don't get to a point to where, you know, we're taxing the rich or wherever the fuck it is, we're just gonna, you know, who the nigga I'm looking for? Robin Hood, their ass.
Yeah.
Because you know they looking for reasons to not pay taxes.
Yeah.
Just find a way to get the money from them and you're back in your neighborhood. That's just another way of doing it. But yeah. Rich people gonna donate to you, so watch out.
Yeah. So I wanted to get to this question as well. This is going to be an interesting one. So we're going to do a hypothetical. Hypothetically, Rome is the president of the United States. All right, stay with me. Stay with me. See, I made you cough. It's January 20th, your inauguration day, right? And then what is the first 3 actions that you're going to take as president within your first 100 days?
First of all, medical debt getting canceled, all that shit getting wiped out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the president can actually stop wars like that, but I'm gonna stop whatever I can.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can sit here and say a whole bunch of shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but as a communist, I don't think it should be no precedence after this. Like, but I'm gonna say this. If I was the president, I'd do whatever it took to expose the healthcare industry, to expose Nestle, to expose whatever companies I know that's gonna come to pay me off, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm gonna get assassinated, like probably day one.
Mm-hmm.
If I was president.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yep, well, stop the MIC. Yeah, all that shit's gonna stop. The world police, and I'm gonna be like, come on, from all those military bases, they're gonna be like, why are you bringing back so many? Like, I'm weakening our defense. I'm weakening our defenses straight up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make it possible for for China and other countries around us to actually catch up with their weapons. I'm gonna let them build their weapons and probably give them some weapons. Give our enemies, like North Korea and Russia. Shit, fucking China getting some weapons.
Yeah. One of the things about a lot of people don't realize is China's doing it up as far as climate change and their infrastructure. They're doing some things that we should have been doing ages ago.
And they just got out of debt.
Yeah.
They like the you know what I'm saying? The cousin that's that's always good at something. Like, damn, this nigga was playing sports. Now this nigga got a business and shit. Like, that's how China is. Like, but he was just homeless. You know what I'm saying? He was just homeless a couple years ago, but now he got all the shit together. That's how China look. He that cousin. Now he's too good to come around us.
He's always giving you life advice now.
Yeah, like, see, this is what I did. Like, I've been in this game longer than you, nigga. You ain't got the answer, swipe.
All right, man. So there's going to be a couple of fun questions that I want to ask you. So Rome, what is the one food that you cannot live without?
Damn, that's a good question. I love food. I'm a fat nigga in real life. One food I can't live without. It gotta be chicken.
Chicken?
It gotta be chicken, because chicken is just versatile. You know what I'm saying? It can go in your soups, your salads. Yeah. It gotta be chicken. Gotta be chicken.
Gotcha. Yeah.
People are like, oh my God, stop eating meat. No. I love y'all, but no, leave me alone.
Oh man. Okay. Now, what is your favorite curse word?
They trying to get me in trouble. My favorite cuss word is too short. Favorite cuss word, which is getting canceled nowadays. It almost got me canceled a couple times.
Okay. All right. We can lay off of that one. You tell me in private. All right. So, my last question is going to be kind of deep. So, be prepared. So, you're on your deathbed and you're reflecting on your life. What is the one thought that you want people to remember about you?
I never shut up. I never gave a fuck. Like, I didn't let their algorithms hold me down. I didn't let any of this shit hold me down or hold me back or stop me from pushing communism and being who I am today. Like, that's the only thing I really want to be remembered for is not giving a fuck. Like I don't give a fuck. I want to be known for, leading movements of people who's ready to do whatever it takes for liberation. But overall, yeah, I want to be remembered for not giving a fuck because I think that's going to be one of the biggest things that I am going to be remembered for is telling these people off or being so in your face about my socialism or my forms of socialism, whatever the fuck it is, wherever the fuck I go. I'm taking care of people, man. Like taking care of people, but I don't. And the thing is, see, I'm not gonna. See, the only reason why I'm humble, so to say, on Tour for the Poor is because, I think, like if it wasn't for Twitter, I wouldn't be taking pictures. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be like letting y'all into like sometimes I do a candid camera conversation about me getting phone numbers or et cetera, et cetera. But I'm not down there to actually feed anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I come with food and clothes and stuff like that, of course. But my whole thing, I feel like not that it's being slept on. I think that, it's a good thing it's being overlooked because I don't want everybody knowing what I'm doing, of course. But the whole thing, Tour for the Poor, is not to feed or clothe anybody. It's to build armies around America and these stronghold cities. Like even if you was to go back and look at the cities that I went to, Seattle, and I've been in all through California, San Diego, LA. I've been Jacksonville, Florida. I've been all through Detroit, Ohio. I'm targeting all these communities where we can really build strongholds and where people are just like us. So I think, like this whole Tour for the Poor, like don't get it twisted, man. I'm pushing propaganda, like.
Yeah, it's kind of reminded of the song by Frank Sinatra. I Did It My Way.
Yeah, that's my favorite song, motherfucker.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
That's my favorite song. I play that song every time I come back home. I'll be feeling good as hell. Like hell yeah. I get me some numbers, some emails. Keep connecting with people, keep in touch with them. That way, when I can get Tour for the Poor out in another city, I already got people that's on the ground and people that's online, so we can all work together and shit like that. But yeah, I'm gonna do it my way. Like I ain't gotta be professional. I ain't even gotta have an LLC. I've been on tour for 2 years and I still ain't got no LLC. I still ain't had no like I ain't no fucking professional. I'm just some nigga out here doing it. You know what I'm saying? And if like, bro, if I can do it, if you're able to, you can do it, man.
Yeah,
you can do it. I'm from Detroit. Like, come on, man. Let's do this.
I gotta say this, and this is coming from the heart. You are the embodiment of success. That's what I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope so, man.
True success, in my view, is when you do what you can to affect the lives of people in the world in a positive way, and you don't give a fuck about the people who hate on you for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to me, that's real success. Like, you fuck the Jeff Bezos, the Elon Musk, all of them. Rome, you're successful. And I gotta thank you for and I said this a few months ago, but I'll say it again. I'll say it right in front of everybody. You're one of my heroes.
Thank you, man.
You know, and it just it is what it is.
Yeah, you know, I look up to you, man. I look up to you for sure. And we wouldn't even put the fucking lever on you if we know, you know what I'm saying, how you moved and the man you were. And yeah. It's the reason why we all here right now, man.
Definitely. Rome, thank you so much, man. Thanks for being my guest on here, one of my first guests. It's a privilege, you know, to have you on.
I'm gonna be back, and I'm gonna have some good news hopefully when I get back here. But I will be back, man. I will be back.
Cool. Thank you so much. By the way, everybody, again, donate to Rome on his Twitter. I didn't even get to this part yet. Let me share my screen real quick so y'all can see.
Thank y'all. I love y'all.
Mm-hmm. Let me see.
Look out for CJ. CJ just built him a mutual aid.
Definitely.
Organization also, mutual aid forever.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna put this also in the chat just in case. You know, if you guys can, if you guys, can give a donation if you can afford it. If you can't, then just share. Just share the information so that people can donate to Rome's Tour for the Poor. Because
damn, I'm high as hell. That picture cold. That picture look colder on this for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That's a cool picture, man. I love it.
Yeah, Robin did her thing. She did her thing on that for sure. Shout out to Robin. She always doing all the heavy lifting for RBN. So
shout out to Robin too as well. Definitely. All right, folks. So just last thing, once again, if you like my content and wish to support me further, you can buy me a coffee on Coffee. It's linked in the description down below or in the ticker here. If you guys want to, like my content. And also if you guys, didn't get to catch me, you guys can subscribe on Anchor, on my podcast. If you guys like to do that, if you guys just want to give a listen while you're driving, working out, doing whatever.
And work out to this nigga sexy ass voice. Now that what you doing. Then after you done doing that, I'm that's your damn alternator. You see, that's making that sound. Now go, hold on. Look, turn it off. Now turn it back on. You heard that before? Yeah, it didn't turn. That's your damn alternator. I'll get that for you about 30. I got you. It's cold out here enough for you. You gotta look out for me, man. It's cold out here.
Rome got that shade tree mechanic kind of look right now with the Stokey hanging out.
I love pulling over cars and got problems I know how to fix. I'll put my cigarette in my mouth quick as hell. Like, see, that's not right there.
Got so much water in your oil.
Oh shit. No, man. Thank you for having me, man. It's a pleasure. I hope you do fucking way more numbers than what we're doing there, because we need more voices out there. And even if you was to want to take off, fuck it, so be it, nigga. But I wish you nothing but the best, man. I love that you actually, taking, doing this, because we had them talks, nigga. And I was like, hey, nigga, you can't, we need you, I need you. And you one of the only man out here that I look up to, as
that means a lot.
As a role model, as a black man, period, and you really calm me down in a lot of ways, because every time I go off on motherfuckers, I'll be like, man, what would JB say? Like,
wow,
okay, well, maybe you should calm yourself down, like, because I swear, because sometimes I'll go Joe Sana on the motherfucker, but
think she'll take that as a compliment. Yo, I only got 15 seconds left. I gotta go.
Oh yeah, I love y'all. I love y'all. I'm sorry.
Love all y'all. Don't forget to masturbate.
Oh yeah, properly.